guys, welcome back. It's me again. Drinking a cup of coffee that I made with my Keurig. But now, if you remember, the reason why that's so um, kind of a special moment, if you remember, my Keurig broke a few weeks back, and um, I had looked it up and kind of settled on what the problem would be, which is an air pump, and I ordered one through Amazon for $15 rather than buying another $100 and something Keurig. And so I said, well, I'll try it. If it doesn't work, the Keurig's already broken. But before I could get it replaced, before I could get in there and get it replaced, it actually stopped working completely. Whereas before, it was leaking, but then for whatever reason, it stopped working completely. I don't know if that's because my Keurig was trying to tell me to descale it, but I would go to hit to the button for whatever size to brew it, and it would immediately shut down. So, finally got a cup of coffee out of my Keurig. It seems to be working, I would say, at about 99%. There is still a bit of a different noise that it makes, but it's not bad. It still makes the same noise as it's supposed to make, but there's still like an extra little bit of a noise. It's hard to explain. But thankfully Annie was here to help me, because I tried just from the start when I was trying to like open this thing up and get in there. I was having so much trouble getting this thing apart. So Andy came in and he helped me take it apart. Not take it apart, but like you have to get the casing off of it. To help me get that off, and then help me change out the air pump, which we had to splice the wires together, because the one that came had like just where it just ended, and the other one had where the wires were going into a plug that you plugged into a socket of sorts. So we had to kind of cut that and then splice that into the plug-in part. But then the hardest part was the fact that the one that I got in the mail through Amazon had a mounting bracket on it. And when we got in there, and the one from my Keurig did not have a mounting bracket on it, it had two little things on the sides that actually kind of nestled into the holes or like grooves right there. So Andy basically had to take the Dremel and cut that mounting plate off of the new one. So, and and then we used electrical tape to kind of tape it down. But it works, and it'll give me a little bit longer, so I don't need to buy a new one just yet. But I'm definitely, when it starts acting up again, I'm definitely just going and biting the bullet and buying a new one, because I'm not going through all that again. I'm not. So I just had to try it. Like I had brewed through some hot water before, like right after we did it, just to see if it was gonna work, and it seemed to start working okay. So I was like, okay, let me try a cup of coffee, like with one of the pods. So it seems to be doing okay. So there you go. I really have not worked on anything except Klein 4 today. My motivation on Aphrodite Mermaid is kind of hit and miss. I don't have a high level of motivation to work on her. And not that I don't love her. I don't know what it is about her that it's like my motivation to work on Klein 4 is up here. Aphrodite Mermaid is like down here. So I've been working a lot more on Klein 4. would love to get this finished this year. So I'm kind of pushing forward on it, but I'm just going to push forward on it as long as I can until the stitchy bug says, okay, that's enough. But I did get a decent amount of progress today. So here's where it's at. I finished out this row. Basically, I was right here at the G. I did that the last line of the G, and then up, and then finished out the rest of that. So I literally just put in the stitches on this U and this little motif thing right there. So yeah, that's where it's at right now. So, excuse me. Sorry. But it is still early, somewhat early. So I'm probably going to go ahead and work on it a little bit more, but I'm just going to work on some of the border and see if I can possibly get that border done tonight. If not completely done, I would like to at least get one side done, either this side or this side. That's about the same amount of stitching on each side. So, but that's really all the stitching I have to show you guys. I was this close to buying something off of Etsy, a pattern, but I'm gonna hold off on that. I was watching Laura and Brenda today. I almost bought something off of Hands Across the Sea samplers as well, because I was watching Laura and Brenda today, the Brendan and Cereal Starter. You know those ladies. Everybody knows who they are. But and one of them, I think it was Brenda. One of them, I can't remember which one it was, but one of them showed a pattern from Hands Across the Sea called Anne Webb, and I just really thought it was so pretty. So I looked it up, and I was going to buy it, and I said, well, let me see what else they have, just in case there's any that I missed, you know, that I might be interested in. Sorry, if you see me looking down a lot, the baby monitor is down here kind of behind y'all, and Abby's still awake. I put her in bed over an hour ago, and she's still awake, and she's just kind of bouncing around her crib still. But and I saw Anne Webb, and I said, well, let me go to Hands Across the Sea and see if there's anything else I missed, because I know when I used to shop in the Stitch and Frame, and I used to see all the samplers that they had out, like other people showing them on their floss tubes and stuff. There's never been a lot from Hands Across the Sea that I've really cared for, that I just absolutely love and have to have. But I went to their website, and I was looking through all their designs, and there was another one that kind of caught my eye. It's called Tom's Foolery, and it's just the busyness of it that's just like, God, I have to have that. I really like it, but there's a little bit of an issue. It's not that I don't do PDF patterns. I do. I have quite a few PDF patterns, and the problem with those is that I tend to forget that I have them if I don't like automatically latch onto them. But Tom's Foolery is only available in PDF, whereas Anne Webb is available in PDF and a printed chart. But Hands Across the Sea samplers patterns are not cheap. Their price is usually about that of, like, say, a Long Dog Samplers printed pattern or digital pattern. They're not cheap. They go for like between like $20 and $30, most of them. And I think the Tom's Foolery one was $15 for the PDF, and and Web. I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was 21, but don't hold me to it. I don't remember. And I was going to get them. I really was. But I'm like, I'm going to wait. I don't really have the funds right now to be buying cross stitch patterns, but you best believe when I do have that money open up, I will probably be getting those. But fortunately, I couldn't pull the trigger on it right now. So anyway, um, also in my update yesterday, I kind of made a statement that doing the Flossmas is a little stressful for me. I don't want y'all to think that it's causing me so much stress that it's putting me out of my way. It's not. The reason I say that it has a bit of stress to it is because I know that I don't get a lot of stitching in. And there's a lot of days where I don't get stitching in at all. Or there's a lot of days where I might get in an hour while Abby's playing. And then I have to go to work that night. But then by the time I get off work, I don't feel like stitching at night once I get off work. So there's been a lot of days like that. And I know that I don't get a lot of stitching in. So I worry that I'm not showing y'all enough stitching. You know, this is just little old me. This is just what I get done as, trying to work part-time, being a full-time mom to a toddler, and I'm also having to keep up with the things around the house, like the dishes and laundry, all that good stuff, and trying to fix Keurigs. But yeah, there's I wish that in all of my spare time I could stitch and not have to worry about anything. But unfortunately, life has to still go on, and other things need to be done too. So still had to make dinner tonight. Even though I was off, I did make dinner. So, but I was able to start early. At least there's that. Um, but it was good. I made a chicken cordon bleu casserole, and I've made it a few times. I'm sure y'all seen me make it plenty of times, but it's one of our favorites. And I try to make it at least, I don't know, once a month, once every couple of months. So, but it's not hard to make. It has a lot of steps in it that I wish weren't there, but it's really good. Anywho, and if you're interested, let me know. I can point you in the direction of the recipe blog that it's on. Um, but so I had to cook dinner, and then we had dinner, and then Andy was watching like these old time Christmas movies the whole time. We were watching like Rudolph and Frosty, and then the Frosty sequel, and then Rudolph meets Frosty. So that's what we watched tonight. So yeah, and then I finally, I think probably maybe about 9:30. I kept trying to go to sleep, y'all. I kept like my eyes were so heavy. I kept nodding, trying to nod off, just sitting here watching the movie with him. And finally, he was like, "Oh, I need to go take a shower. You gonna be okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So I kind of had to wake up a little bit and have me a little Debbie cake, and got a little bit of stitching in while Abby was here on the floor playing right before I put her to bed. And so yeah, after I put her to bed, came in, straightened up the living room a little bit. I like to do that at the end of the night just because it helps my anxiety. Because if I see a floor full of toys, my anxiety is going to be like up here. I hate that. I hate seeing that. I really do. Even in the middle of the day, I hate seeing it, but I only do it at night. But I put her down, and I was able to come back in here and finish up stitching that row on Klein 4. So, but I try to give y'all content. But if it ends up that I talk a lot, I apologize. I try to keep you guys in the loop as to what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, how things are going. So, just know that I'm not stressed out to where it's a problem for me. I'm stressed out on my own mind of I wish that I could be giving you more stitching content on a daily basis or just something to keep your attention. But my OGs that are with me, ride or die, they watch me anyway. So, and those I am very grateful for. So, that's really all I got for y'all tonight. Um, like I said, I'm gonna try to get a little bit more stitching in on Klein 4. Probably the border. My brain for the last few days has been wanting something new, and I haven't found it yet. Anything that I want to stitch. I'm going to look through some magazines and see if I can come up with an ornament or something small or something. I really would like to do something that's for the season that we're in now, but if it's something else, then that's fine too. But I almost thought I found something, but it had like beads and stuff in it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to start anything that needs beads. So the search continues. But that's all I got for y'all for tonight. Maybe my chitter chatter helped to spread the video out a little bit more. So, but I will see you guys again tomorrow. I hope you guys can get some stitching in because I have to go back to work tomorrow. I work tomorrow and Wednesday, off Thursday, and work Friday, and then I think I have the rest of the weekend off. I have Christmas Eve and Christmas off. Maybe the 26th too. We don't know yet. But that's it for now. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now.